Hello again, my loves. Back to do comment reply number whatever the fuck we're on. One of you wrote, I think Matt from Quantum of Conscious has said it best. Some of our biggest frustrations are the people around us. It's true, they literally question nothing and believe everything they are told. I used to spend and create most of the conflict and suffering and misery in the reality. It's not like the trees, the fog, and the rabbits are doing the shit. It's the people. It's the people. I fight for the people, like making YouTube videos, like I'm going to spread truth and help somebody or something. It's like it's the people that are fucked up. But my videos do help a small handful of people, so it's fine. But believe everything they are told. I used to spend a lot of time trying to wake people up. Nope, not anymore. many of them, many of them are literally background characters. I still wake people up. I think if you get to know me personally, if you got to know me personally, I would definitely make comments that make you think. I can't change who I am, so it's difficult for me to not say deep or meaningful things. I'm going to say shit that makes you think. Uh, Lunar replied back to one of you. He wrote, "Preach." High on V also replied back saying, "Hell is other people." Absolutely, it's unfortunate because it's unfortunate. It's just unfortunate that it is. Mo Sampson wrote, I'm liking the epic beard. Thank you, Mo. I appreciate that, brother. I'm liking it too. It's like my hair, like this is the actual texture of my real hair too. Like if I grew my hair out, like, bro, I'd be looking crazy. I'd be looking like it's wavy as fuck. Thick, wavy, fucking just I don't look good with hair, bro. I'll tell you that right now. It is how it is. It's like it's funny, that's how the if I tried to do this in stone, I guess it would kind of look like that, but Mo Sampson. One sec, guys. Interruption number 47,000. Sorry, guys. Back again. Appreciate that, Mo Sampson. Thank you. I like the beard too, brother. He said, also, YouTube had to gatekeep your video with a content box. Too funny. Fuck YouTube. Really? What a bunch of dorks, bro. Like, what do I, well, I guess in one video recently, I was kind of, maybe I was saying a little too aggressive, but I mean, hey, I got an opinion too, bro. Do I got to put on some fucking fake tits and change my name and say I'm this for people to like care about what I've got to say? Like, does the random bearded rotten tooth nobody have no fucking opinion in the reality? I can say anything I fucking want. If they want to throw some little content box on there, whatever. Fucking, they are dorks. I agree with you, Mo Sampson. Fuck YouTube. Brandium X wrote, I can never love God or Jesus after what they allowed to happen here to me and to us. Oh, yeah, it's difficult to love any entity that may be more powerful than us or have dominion over us. Hard. It's like, you things are pieces of shit. Even if you came around now, it's like I've still known you more for 40 years of my life as a piece of shit. You only been here one day as a hero. Motherfucker, you came and reigned as a hero for 100 years. I would still not like your ass because of what you let happen in your absence. With great power comes great responsibility. I know that they turned that into some fucking corny line on a Spider-Man movie, but it's absolutely true. Like if you have the power to help people that can't help themselves, you should help them. To sit by idle makes you demonic. No God, no God worth worshiping in my world. Not my fucking reality. You ain't no God to me. You're a goddamn demon. You ain't no God. You're a goddamn demon is what the fuck you are. Little savior boy, little hero boy to return to kill the bad guy. What is this all like? All the suffering and all this was set up so you could have your heroic moment slaying the bad guy? Like, what is this? And people cheer and go, yeah, I want Jesus to save us from the bad guy. And he's like, just look at me with his hand on his hip, fucking slaying the demons. Like, what is this corny drama show? Like, all the suffering was for this drama? What a joke. But anyways, Dielectric Truth put a smiley face. Thank you, Dielectric. I appreciate that. Nameless wrote, I believe the uncontacted tribes have some of the answers about this realm. Well, Nameless, good luck getting it, because usually when you walk up on uncontacted tribes, they usually ain't friendly about it. You're about to catch a fucking spear in the neck or something, man, or a bow and arrow right in your fucking skull. They don't play around. They don't like us, and probably for good reason. Honestly, I don't live in their realm. I don't experience what they experience. I haven't gone through all the traumas their people have gone through while, big companies move in to deforest the area where I grew up and live or something. I mean, I don't know their experience, but anyways, they're usually not friendly. They don't fuck around, bro. They'll kill your ass. Bronzed Adonis wrote, "Bro, no way we saw the same car. Ha ha. Never heard of the Mouth of Madness, and so looked up the trailer, and Charlton Heston is in it, who I had been looking up today because I watched Ben Hur earlier. Laughed my ass off. I don't know what Ben Hur is. Uh, is Charlton Heston? Charlton Heston, is that the dude from? He's also in Jurassic Park. That's how I know him. If that's who you're talking about, I've got a question. Sometimes I get really bad crippling nostalgia, even though at the time it wasn't that great. What's your thoughts on nostalgia? Nostalgia is great because it feels good, but it's also nasty. And actually, I just explained this earlier, Dan. It's weird that you're leaving this comment, but hey, there goes one of them demon pops. But it's weird that you're saying this, but you're the one that talked about the car too that I thought I had saw. But anyways, that's weird. Bronze Adonis, I don't know. Um, what's my thoughts on? Okay, it could be used like a double sword. Like I say, it feels good, or it could be used against us in a way that it brings children into the realm. Because a lot of people refer back to their nostalgia when they think, "Do I want a kid? Oh, I remember my childhood, and I'll be there, and I'll be able." A lot of it's like you're putting, like I said, 50, 60, 70 years of suffering onto this individual so that you can temporarily live through them and go back to your childhood. Because that's the thing too, is like a lot of parents live through their kids. They want their kids to have that 10 years of enjoyment that was based off their nostalgia, and then they can tap back into their own nostalgia while they live through the child. And it's so it can be a positive thing or a negative thing. But hey, I'm V wrote at 5717. Yep, I've been saying that for years. The truth does not set you free. Well, you never know. Just so you guys know now, these comment replies are sort of like reaction comment replies now. Like I don't read comments anymore. I don't click the bell anymore. I just come on here when I'm going to do comment replies, and I go from the newest to the oldest now. You're seeing my genuine reaction. I don't read comments anymore. So I was thinking, because again, I think a lot of people skip comment reply videos because a lot of comments end up kind of being not comments that you would put in a comment reply video. Like they're kind of just, it's randomly whatever. And sometimes you'll get comments that really aren't exciting or fun in a comment reply video. But then if I go through and I read every comment to sort of get out those types of comments, to just make it a good, like deep, complicated, deep thought comment reply video, then I'm going through them and it's not genuine. Well, my comment reply videos aren't genuine in the moment. It'll just be, it'll all be pre-read already. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Explain. I think I explained what I'm trying to say, but she wrote, "Well, you never know the truth in the first place." Oh yeah, she wrote, "The truth does not set you free. Well, you never know the truth in the first place. Even if you do manage to get it right, you'll still never know for sure." I think I just talked about this too. Didn't I just say almost the same thing? Like, are we all connected? And it's like, okay, are there like groups of people being played by entities, like, or something? Like, I don't know, because I notice a lot of other people think and say the same shit that I'm thinking and saying it while I'm around the same times that I'm thinking and saying them. Or is this reality scripted? Is what's going on there? Are we all connected in some way? Like are like-minded people thinking the same way for some reason I'm unaware of? Why does it feel sort of like a sort of hive mind thing going on here between like-minded people? Because like we're finishing each other's sentences and shit. It's just like, and I don't know anybody here personally. Like I don't know any of these commenters personally. And if these are people I know personally, they haven't informed me yet that, hey, by the way, I'm whatever from work or whatever. I don't know. The only person I know in my family that even watches my videos is my brother Tom. But I don't know if like my nephews watch my videos or if my other brothers are. I don't think they do. why am I talking about that? What were we talking about? Oh yeah, like the hive mind. Like what's going on here? But anyways, uh, she wrote. I think V's is she. I don't. Again, I don't know. I'm just gonna say he. And if I call you a he and you're a woman, I can't tell your sex from your name or avatar. So unless you informed me in some way, I have no idea. But I'll just say they wrote, but all it creates is depression and frustration. We're the ones who suffer. It's not the NPC slash normies. It's us. Yeah, it is. It's the conscious ones. We become more enslaved. The more conscious that you become, the more enslaved you become. The more truth you find, the more you realize like the truth is always bad news. Never You don't ever hear the power up noise in actually real life. You know, when you get something good until the ding ding, like that cool little choo choo choo, jewel noise, choo choo choo. Like you don't get that in real life. You don't ever have that moment. Every time you find the truth, like you found the chest, and something good comes out of it. Like, yes, searching for truth led to positivity. Never. It always just leads to more bad news, negativity, and you're being controlled, you're enslaved, the food's poisoned, the air's poisoned, the water's poisoned, everything's poisoned, the message is poisoned, your whole life's poisoned. It's like, what the fuck is this bullshit, man? What are we even talking about? One second, guys. All right, guys, back on this one. I actually can't remember where I stopped reading this. There was a distraction. I had to deal with that. One sec. V had wrote, but all it creates is depression and frustration. We're the ones who suffer. It's not the NPC slash normies. It's us because we feel that something is wrong and yet no one else does and we'll never know what's actually going on. Yeah, if this was some sort of simulation, then we must be war criminals and they're using this to torment us because it really feels that way. It feels like if you're conscious, not only like do you realize how horrible the reality is, but then everybody around you, well, honestly, when you become conscious, everything around you just becomes like small talk, like did you take out the dogs, like just small talk type shit, who won the game, like, and I'm not talking shit on people like that. Everybody's into sports. I like fighting sports, blah, 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 but it's like that shit becomes just meaningless, trivial. Like you can't even enjoy a conversation because nobody's just on your level to speak to you. It's like you feel so alone on top of it. So it feels just like a damn mind trap or something. Like, oh, this place is built to drive me, a conscious person, crazy. So I'm thinking they're just NPCs or, well, look at it like this. If the brain finds mental comfort zones and it's driving us crazy, it's no wonder they run from it. They may be a lot more intelligent than we're giving them credit for. But anyways, she wrote, they wrote, I don't know, I think it's a she wrote, being awake, aware is not a gift, it's a curse. I was born and raised in a reality to address people by their gender. Like, it just, I don't know if it's a Southern thing. I hate this fucking reality where everything's got to have like a fucking label and people get offended if you mislabel. It's like, man, can y'all shut the fuck up? Anyways, she wrote, being awake / aware is not a gift, it's a curse. The only positive thing that came out of it is being able to escape this prison, but even that isn't guaranteed. Oh, and I also believe that the ones who are awake like us were programmed to question things for some reason. Yeah, it creates a lot of, she wrote in parentheses, probably loose. It creates a lot of negativity in our lives. I was way happier when I was ignorant. I was way happier when I was looking forward to um, the next generation console of games. Looking forward to Sega Genesis coming out, and then looking forward to Sega CD or 32X, whatever came next, and then looking forward to. It was right around the time where PlayStation, or right before Play. I can't. Like I said, we weren't a wealthy family, but I think it was around the time of PlayStation I started playing Diablo 1. It was like the first computer game that I really just loved, and you could say played a lot as a kid. And then it was on the PlayStation 1 had a 1,000 amazing games on it. One of my favorite games on PlayStation was Monster Rancher. That was a great game. Monster Rancher 2, 3, 4. But original Monster Rancher was super cool in the fact that you would play the game and then you would go to like the Monster Rancher Center to create your monster. If you had a CD or DVD, anything on a CD drive, it had its own monster based, I guess, on the code of the CD, because there were certain CDs that had really cool monsters, like the Metallica Black Album had a really cool rare monster. If you had that CD, you'd go to the monster, you'd take out the game, you'd put in the Metallica game, and you'd say press the button, say make the monster, and the monster would appear. And this CD would do that for everybody's game. It wasn't random. It was based on whatever the fuck you put in there. It was cool to just. I mean, I remember I got some pretty cool monsters out of just random like old fucking like what can I say, like aerobics videos and DVDs under the TV. Like you put them in there, and it gave me like this cool. And then you'd train these monsters and fight them. I mean, the combat system in the game was kind of, some shit you could put on Atari, bro. But it wasn't that exciting. But the fun part was making the monsters and raising them and all that. I love that game. But Vera, because if it is true that we're in a simulation, then everything is programmed. Nothing is random/organic. Yeah, everything's programmed. I think even our lives are way more scripted than we realize. Hey, I'm V. When I became conscious, when I had breakthrough meditations, I'll say, I started seeing synchronicities in my life. And there was a point in my life where they were so constant. I remember every single number. Because I was seeing them 1,000 times a day. Something weird happened, and it was almost like my whole reality became very scripted. I don't know what happened to me. Maybe I died on that day. maybe the I don't know. Maybe the synchronicities are my higher self somehow, but I still see them to this day. I've already seen two today. I don't see them as frequently as I did when I first started seeing them. It was ridiculous, guys. It was so ridiculous. I'm not the type to tell stories. I'm not the type to look for fucking to look cool. I'm not trying to. Look at like what I'm saying. Like, come on. I have no reason to lie. I'm not even that type of motherfucker. But the amount of synchronicity, like, am I scripted? What makes me go and just glance at the clock at 1:17 every time? Or 1:07 or 11:17 or 7:11 or 1:07 or 7:07, 7:01. Like I would see these 1,000. I could write them all down and put them on a fucking poster behind me. I probably should do that. I should write down all the synchronicity numbers, because if there was some sort of message in them, I never got it. I don't speak like that. I don't speak in numbers. I don't know what makes me physically notice them every time too. That's the weird. It's like, what am I scripted? Is something answering the question that I had at one point? What is going on over here? It's like, hey, I'll show you. You're a fucking simulation, bud. Look, you're so scripted. I can make you look at the clock every time it's 1:07 or 11:17 or whatever. The ones I see the most are 1:07, 1:17, 11:17, 7:01, 7:11. I see those constantly, but the main ones, a lot of them, 2 and 3 combinations are what I used to see back in the day too. Every combination of 2s and 3s that quickly became combinations of 1s and 7s. I don't know what any of it means. V also commented, by the way, have you ever looked into depersonalization, derealization? It's fascinating. Yeah, V, actually, I talked about this before. I said it's this may be a way to break out of the matrix. I would love to test it. I'm not in such a fear of losing my current personality. If I do in fact find out that it was a script the whole time, that it almost just had nothing to do with me, that I was just completely brainwashed into that personality type, and that I actually don't know who Christopher Sedaris actually ever was. Like, I'm not so in fear of losing my personal self. I feel like I'm always going to be me no matter what my mind tells back to itself. I know who I truly am, and if this rum has contaminated me, I still have a very deep memory of my original essence, so it doesn't matter. But as far as I love this kind of shit. I love anything to do with psychology. I love human behavior. I'm a people watcher. I love human behavior. I'm fascinated by it. Like, as much as I talk shit, like, I'm super fascinated by it too. Like, just the NPC, non-awakened individual. I just, the best way that I can comment, I'm not a psychologist. I don't have a degree. I can guarantee you, I could probably sit down and be a better psychologist than 90% of the psychologists that have a degree in it. But anyways, I don't have a degree, but I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. My ego kicked in to say, hey, I'm probably better than they are. There's a lot that are better than me. But anyways, Hypnosis wrote, I guess I never knew what the specific term, but I love, that was the point. I'm sorry, the point, I'm fascinated with psychology and human behavior and stuff like this. I'm fascinated with the effect that hallucinogenics have on the mind. I'm fascinated with hallucinogenic experience, out-of-body experiences, NDEs. I, I like all kinds of interesting shit. Hypnosis. I guess I never knew what the specific term was, but I definitely felt this for a solid 2 weeks or so. Oh, I didn't even talk about my personal experience with it, but anyways, after smoking salvia, one dude, don't fuck with salvia. I haven't really heard that many great stories off that. Actually, one of my best friends, somebody I consider like a brother to me. If I went and seen them today, we wouldn't have missed a beat. Uh, had a horrible experience on salvia. He was just like traumatized from it. But the way he told me about the story, like not make it was just weird. But anyways, they wrote, it's the only hallucinogen I've ever done. Don't recommend. Yeah, listen to hypnosis. Um, my shroom experience, both of them had moments that were enjoyable, you could say. The rest were just odd experiences, like sitting there with the bug lord while its movements were like trying to caress me in some way. I don't understand what that whole, none of it made sense. I didn't get any deep messages, right? They were just odd experiences one after the other. And really the whole time my stomach was kind of not good. I mean, because I did this all during this, also an era where I was having intestinal issues, and but I'm still not fully healed from what happened to me. But I guess you could say, it's about as healthy as the average person now. But my guts still aren't perfect, but it's okay. Hypnosis wrote, it's, oh yeah, here I read that, and then I'm B replied back to Hypnosis. Oh yeah, I've heard really bad stuff about salvia. Yeah, me too. It's like not a fucking good experience. I gotta show this because I'm only 10 minutes. I still got 20. I gotta do 30-minute segments or whatever. But all right, and then uh, hey, I'm V also commented Jerry Marzinski is awesome. Yes, he is. I always had that theory about psychosis. I was a born conspiracy. Like I was always a kid that questioned stuff, even though I wasn't a soul track kid at 12 or whatever. But uh, as advanced as I think I am now, there's actually teenagers questioning the same stuff that I do now. So kudos to them. Maybe consciousness is evolving, but Jerry Marzinski is definitely awesome. Project Birdfeeder Man replied back to V, said Jerry has never mentioned the CIA MK tech though, does he? Seems a bit suspicious. For all we know, for all we know, they pulled those crazy people out of society and put them into facilities set up to control them, just to test mind control technologies. Like they became their subjects to fuck with or whatever. But for all we actually know, but I think Jerry Marzinski does he mentions like big pharma being evil, how the psych medicines destroy the mind. So he kind of goes after big pharma, but does he mention? I don't know if he mentions. Yeah, he does seem. I've heard him make quite a few comments. He seems kind of like a conspiracy theorist himself. I don't know if he ever mentioned that, but is that suspicious to you? I mean, I never even. Well, I mentioned technology. Well, the CIA put those technologies into TVs fucking back in the 40s and shit. Back in the 30s, I think. I can't remember the original documents, but to affect people's behavior, libido, mood, energy levels. In them old shitty tube TVs. Who knows what these fucking ones are doing now that pop randomly and make weird noises and shit? They probably have little fucking radiation machines built into them to blast people that the smart TVs know are evil against the system or something. Hey, I'm V wrote, well, that's probably because he doesn't want to be replied back to Birdfeeder Man. That's probably because he doesn't want to be seen as crazy or something, or maybe he just doesn't want to go down that rabbit hole. It's dangerous too. Those get dangerous when you get large. Like if you have a quiet voice like mine, you can say anything you want, and I think you're fine. As a matter of fact, you're probably considered a crazy to them with such a small audience. You prove that those types of thinkers are crazy by being who you are in a weird way, which is a completely manipulated system. I guarantee you the amount of people, the amount of subscribers I have, and the amount of views I get on my videos are way different than what they show. Way different. As a matter of fact, there's quite a few people that watch my channel, my little tiny channel, that have huge channels, that have a huge reach. There's even people that watch my channel you would call celebrities, I guess. They're not all baby sniffing demons, I don't think, but there are people that watch my channel that have very loud voices. So my little small, I'm glad I exist in my little nook and cranny, because if I didn't, I'd be in big trouble. I'm aware of the reality we're in. Hypnosis wrote, "You're a real one, my friend. I appreciate, thank you, Hypnosis. I appreciate that. I appreciate these talks. They resonate with me. We're not alone in this. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that." Whiston wrote, 12 billion bullets, 13.4 million firearms, 13,000 total nukes, 10,000 guided multiple launch rocket systems every year? Huh. Get the fuck out. Where do they even use that much shit every year? When you hear the statistics of deaths in war, they don't use nowhere near this amount of shit. They do this every year. Yeah, okay. Back pocket, cha-ching, cha-ching. Boy, I sure wish I was on the government team. The team of, here, just give us all your money. Cha-ching. I'd be living a pretty nice life in this reality if I was on the fucking demon team. It's funny how the evil demon motherfuckers are the ones that get rewarded in this positive, loving rainbow realm, isn't it? Isn't it weird the way it works out that way? It's a demon hell realm of suffering and enslavement. T-Fetch wrote, "Going back the way we came, whatever that is, or wherever that is, seems ideal to me." I agree, T. It's like, I love having opinions about these things, but the truth is we ain't going to know until we're in the moment. Like, what if we're in the moment and there's a gigantic entity and it goes, you knew I was God and you're evil, and I just get thrown into hell. I have no say-so of what's happening to me. I get thrown down into a hell realm and I'm just sitting there burning and suffering. What if that happens? And I just like have no say-so over it. What if when we get there is a path of light, but when we turn around, there's just a black void? Are you going to just willingly jump into the void when you see all of other creation going into one area that looks lit up like a bright light? Are you going to be willing to solo jump back into that void in the presence of the situation? So we could sit here and talk about what we should do and all this, but what if we die and we're sitting in a chair in front of The Price is Right and we're being asked by Bob Barker what we think the price of this vacuum is? What if that happens? Like, what are we going to do then? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, anything could happen. We still don't know what's going to happen to us. We know what happens to the average NPC. I don't want to call them NPCs. They could be conscious people too. I don't know, but they could be aspects of the Matrix lying back to us just to get us to come into its trap. You know, those thoughts could have been implanted into their minds by the Matrix to get us to come into a trap. Oh, it's pure love, and then it just recreates that scenario for us, and it works like a perfect crab trap. Like, during their life, they heard this is where the light's at. So obviously, when they die, we just show them a light, they come right towards it. It could be a fucking bug zapper for all you know. It's funny the way the bug zapper works too. They're just they fly right into the light. Why are bugs so attracted to electricity? Anyways, are these like an old technological drone or something sent out to watch and collect data? Why would electricity attract them? Anyways, T-Fetch wrote, yeah, that seems ideal to me. I don't know. That seems ideal to me too, T. If we have light in front of us and dark and a void behind us, I'm probably also going to go in the opposite direction of the light. But he wrote, "Building a prison in a prison is repeating the same bullshit, and it's a micro of the macro, and it shows you the way the consciousness of this thing works. It shows you the way the consciousness of this thing works. It's okay with imprisoning on a small level, on a medium level, on a big level, micro of the macro. Building a prison inside a prison is repeating the same bullshit. It's prompted and invented by the creeps of this reality. It's not like they gained and deserved trust. All the stage show, deception, etc. Even Osiris was tricked into the sarcophagus by his brother. People trying to reach 5D, going deeper. Shit, send me back to 0D. Hell with all Ds. 3D, 5D, these nuts." Good for you, T. He wrote, "End it. Howdy is on that mindset of not moving forward and deeper, but out the way we came into." Oh yeah, not to get even deeper. That's a great point. To not even get deeper into the whole, I am a soul growing and how do you know that the next you growing into your next stage that it presents to you isn't also just another aspect of the Lush Farm creation matrix to feed off of higher level souls? You know? He wrote, "Being game addicted or having hope is a disease like all other addictions, and save your waiting complexes. Absolutely. Video games, everything is an escape from the truth. Uh, he wrote, if we are trapped getting deeper in a copy of a copy, less and less resources being made from limited resources will be a more and more restrictive environment. The deeper you go into inside sim. Um, I would say, have we thought about what happens to a soul that gets into the simulation and is only just creating happiness? They're no longer creating like frustration, negativity, worry, depression, misery, bad thoughts. They aren't creating loosh. They're creating the opposite. What if they're just in a realm they love all the time? What are they creating then? Is it still loosh? Is the machine still feeding off them? If they're in a positive state all the time, what if there are VRs you could plug into that expand your consciousness? They give you an experience that you weren't able to imagine before getting on them, but now you can because of the experience. What if there were VR experiences that you seen were beneficial to people? They were putting on the helmet and in 5 minutes curing themselves of stage 4 cancer, taking off the helmet and going home and never putting on one again. Would you do one then? What if they figured out through VR the way the mind works with placebo and were able to replicate that into an experience? You could put on the helmet, boom, and your eyesight's cured. Boom, you have no more kidney failure. Boom, you're whatever. Would you wear it then? What if there are benefits to VR? I mean, I have so many questions because we haven't experienced the future yet. And I have all these different ideas or theories or whatever about the future and what the future could be. And it's just like, I don't know. We're not there yet. I can't even predict the experience I'm going to pop into once I'm no longer in this one. What is it going to present to me? Is it going to present a conscious soul like me that's aware of this soul trap with the same bullshit it did somebody else? That would be really weird. Then I would see it as a complete artificial intelligence. I'd be like, wait, you're so dumb. You're trying to present me the white light tunnel method? I'd be very confused if they did that to me. So I'm assuming whatever the fuck happens to me is going to be a lot different than what happens to the average individual. I have to check the time on this one sec. My brain don't shut the fuck up, does it? I still got 10 minutes. Okay. He wrote, sooner or later, you want to escape into another sim and compartmentalize consciously further into more fractals, further away from the true self source, God, whatever. Seems like we've done that, and that's why we are here. We're fucked up. Or we fucked up. We fell. We somehow ended up here, and if inside another sim, we'd know it's fake unless we get a mind wipe. This may be a simulation. Yeah, that's true. We could be. That's possible. This is all possible. And what's funny about this is when I was a child, I had over and over, oh, fuck your little demon pop. I had over and over, they're probably literally blasting me with like radiation. That's why my whole family is suffering with the same stomach illnesses. But anyways, that's what those pops are, I think. But anyways, I had nightmares over and over again of falling and feeling this sense of dread. Like I made the worst possible mistake. Like my whole soul just got lost or something. Like I just made the ultimate mistake. I had that nightmare multiple times, probably 20 times when I was a kid. The feeling of falling, that weird, ugly feeling in my stomach that I hated even as a child. But I would have that, and I would just have this feeling of dread, of pure hopelessness. Like all things were lost. I made the ultimate wrong decision. I had that nightmare over and over again as a kid, falling. I don't know if I fell from grace or whatever, but is there a going back? I would say while I'm in the hell realm, it would be nice to have some grace while I was here. If I'm conscious enough to be aware that I fell from it, am I conscious enough to manifest it into my realm? He wrote, or maybe that's the washing away the sins and a new body and a new life reincarnation because we just get erased. Trying to play the perfect fucking game, but forever falling short. That's a scary thought. Potentially possible. He wrote, just feels creepy and wrong at this point. We see what people do in GTA, right? If it was virtual simulation, those outside the sim are seeing these people playing and acting that way, thinking they truly are their character. Those watching would never want those psycho players out in reality ever again, because if they do that to shit in the game thinking it's real, why the fuck would you want them to re-enter society where shit is real? That's a great point too. That was a what if. It's like that this is a potential, not a learning, well, I guess you could call it a learning ground, but really just to see who the fuck you are. Because if you are a violent thug that mutilated somebody or raped somebody or became a serial killer or just a fucking creep, well, this simulation was able to see your true colors. Thank you. We don't need you in real reality. Goodbye, Biden, or fucking whatever your name is, you psychopathic, demonic, low-level fucking bottom feeder spiritual entities are the equivalent of fucking cockroaches and dog shit. Anyways, T wrote, could be the situation we are in. Consider that as a what-if scenario. Who knows? I think letting go, detachment mindset makes more sense. The thing with this T is I did this for months, bro. Detached. I literally almost felt nothing all the time. Like I was just like, I'm done. I'm done. I detached. I started to become numb, even to the things that drove me. It's my love that drives me, really. Like, it all kind of comes from love. Again, isn't love a trap? Doesn't love keep me attached to the realm? But it is love that drives me. And that detached state, I didn't want to make a video. I didn't want to make a video. I just didn't care. I had no care. I had zero care. I was completely detached. It's like, fuck that. Again, I just mentioned this recently in a video I just made. It like took my humanity away too, though. It's true. It's like there are arguments to be in that state and not create loosh, I guess you could say. The demons will leave you alone, whatever they are. But you will lose your humanity too if you do it long enough. Be careful. Actually, that's a part of depersonalization, is detaching from the things that worry you in the previous character you created. He wrote, free won't. It's interesting how all these comments are like, isn't it? Like, do you guys see what I'm saying? They're almost going together at the same times. Unless T was talking, who were we talking about with this a moment ago? V. Let's him and V planned this conversation before, and they're kind of talking about like some of the same stuff. It's like, who set all this up so that we all were thinking about this stuff together? But he wrote, free won't, refuse to fucking play, refuse the rules, refuse authority, refuse the chains, or even this fucking life when it comes to complete obedience. Look, if this is a simulation, then all we really have to do when we die is refuse. You're absolutely right. Just refuse. Nope, not interested. Nope. You, my son, must. Nope, not interested. I'm not going that way. But you were, and I'm not interested. I don't care. Who are you? Why are you talking to me? I don't want this conversation. Goodbye. Leave me alone now, please. Leave me alone now, please. Give me liberty or give me death. Absolutely. I'd rather fucking die on my feet than live on my knees. He wrote, compliance feeds creepy boys and puts bullets in people from the compliance and following rules here. In a more restricted copy of a copy reality, that's resources are obviously going to be more limited than the base reality as we know it. Of course, players at some point will hoard resources / energy and recreate hell. Something about the consciousness of not being aware goes towards that shit. Stacey Dash wouldn't be real, and neither would Halle Berry, and that to me seems empty as fuck. Fun for a while in a primal sense, but empty. What's less empty of you doing it in real life? If it looks exactly the same way, they react the same way. You could say it's a simulation there. In that simulation, you could say it's a simulation while it's happening here. If you look at this reality as a matrix or simulation, what gives it the realness? What gives it the importance? Is it the fact that you earned the real one? I don't know. He wrote, the suffering seems to be the force that, oh shit, where am I at on this? 1 sec. Whoo, give me 1 sec, guys. There's actually like a create a video with AI option on this program. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious to see what it did. Like maybe I'll just make some goofy little video off on the side just and to test it and see what it looks like or whatever. But I do know that some of the channels I'm subscribed to, it almost seems like they have some sort of AI editor thing going on, and it just makes the channel seem so unreal. I don't know, just cartoony and fake and corny. But it seems to be working for some people. But he wrote, the suffering seems to be the force that awakens, trying to steer us away from meaningless. Meaningless, or away from meaninglessness, I think he meant. Okay, so the suffering seems to be the force that awakens us, trying to steer us away from meaninglessness. But why wasn't I in a reality where there wasn't suffering, there was happiness, and then that was the force uh, steering me away from meaninglessness by doing positive things in the realm? But it's still a negative suffering realm for no reason. He wrote, but the temptation to just escape and leave, end it all, go VR, etc., is like a thought demon of its own. If Gates, Musk, Zuckerberg promote the Neuralink meta bullshit, then that's what the system wants. They, the screen, the distraction. It's not a portal out. Yeah, it is. Absolutely, the system. It's obviously okay. You already know what I think. T. I think all of technology is sort of artificial. It just doesn't seem man-made. I don't know. Not all of technology. Okay, there's some technologies that were definitely man-made, but you get what I'm saying. Like the VR video games, like dude, you could set a group of the most smartest motherfuckers out in the wilderness somewhere. They're not going to evolve to a point where you came back in 1,000. Dude, you're going to come back in 1,000 years. They're going to have amazing agriculture. They're going to have amazing like huts built well that withstand storms. They're going to have amazing techniques to catch birds, fish, frog, anything. They're not going to have VR video games. They're not going to have hoverboards. They're not going to have vehicles. They're not going to have none of that, dude. I'm telling you, it's just not human to create stuff like that. It's so alien or artificial. That technology was not created by us. It was created by the thing that created us, probably. He wrote, "It's a prison door being shut with." So it's absolutely a part of this matrix. My arguments are saying that the average person is going to plug into it, whether people like me and you can yell at the top of our lungs. And if some fat, sloppy, fucking 400-pound person can put on a helmet and they're beautiful and attractive and living a life they want instead of a life that's miserable, they're going to do it. And maybe they should for a couple years. Maybe when they're plugged in the VR, they won't think about food and like go on there for like 2 years and fast for 2 years and come back to a healthier body. I mean, you have a lot of extra skin, but at least you won't have so much extra visceral fat around your important organs or whatever. But anyways, he wrote, "It's a prison door being shut with you in it, unless their goal is to gain distrust from conscious people. It is on par with the last temptation of Christ, where Satan offers Jesus the world if he just takes the knee to the devil. All the world could be Jesus's if he just worshiped the devil." That's very tempting, isn't it? I mean, if we're being honest, like especially if you've had a suffering or poverty experience, it'd be very difficult to turn down the world. Like, I'll give you anything you want. All you gotta do is take the knee to me. Like the average person, like it's hard for people to believe. I can't believe these celebrities sold their soul. Really? That's easy for me to believe. Have you guys spent any time with like grimy people? Like, have you seen what actual grimy motherfuckers will do? You don't think that 99.9% of people, if they were encountered by the devil, especially if he looked nice and handsome and he was wearing a suit and tie, you say, "Oh, yeah, you gotta do something here. I'll give you anything you want, but your soul's mine." Any conscious human being, I mean, I would think would be like, "Yeah, you're gonna get my what? You could give me $10 trillion. If you tell me my soul's yours, you're talking about my everlasting spirit yours, baby, and you're going to give me one little shitty experience." Even if he said, "Oh no, I'll be able to transfer your body into a new body, and you can live forever through other avatars, even blah blah blah, and I'll still give you whatever you want." I'd say it's very difficult for the average, especially struggling person, to turn that deal down. That's a fucking great deal. So for Jesus to be like, "Ah, fuck you," it's pretty dope of him. It's a pretty amazing guy if he actually existed. You could say his beef with the devil creates a lot of drama. What if the devil is trying to create a realm of abundance and good people are going, "Fuck you, you're evil," creating a realm of conflict? Did anybody ever think about that? Like, it seems like this entity wants to give people the world. Oh, but then he's also the one causing the world to go into it. So it's like, do we know that? Did he say, "Come over here, I'm going to give you the world"? I guess yeah. But then the people that have all the power in the reality do behave evilly, so I guess they fall into his evilness. There aren't too many people that he gave the world to that all of a sudden were like doing good shit in the reality, is there? Are there any examples of that? He wrote, "Sadly, there may not be a way out, and this shit realm might be it for us." I'm sorry, I skipped a part. He wrote, "I wouldn't do it. Intuition on my end says it's a trap and a waste of time and resources." No, I wouldn't do it either. You're talking about you want my soul? Get the fuck away from me, bro. I'll fucking shit on your chest in front of your mama and get my soul, boy. I don't give a fuck what you offer me. What could you offer me? That's not a temporary thing. You say, even if you offered me everlasting life, still fuck you. You want my soul? Fuck you. What happens to me? What happens to me? Uh, do I cease to exist and I just become an avatar of your doings? Fuck you. Then that's not me. That's just me becoming you. That's literally me giving my soul away. Like, who would take that? I mean, what? I don't care how, man, I haven't had a great life growing up and all that. You know what I'm saying? I would never take that offer. So I can imagine someone actually taking that shit. Like, man, you're a fucking idiot to take that shit. But he wrote, sadly, there may not be a way out, and this shit realm might be it for us. That's why the tiny hats took the deal, why they went nuts with power, perhaps. Yeah, I think once you take that deal, you ain't you no more. You ain't you no more. You work for the thing. You're a demon, bro. Even if in a sim someone would come along corrupted or unplugged, when does this thing ever do anything with power then to you demons that exist? If you ever actually are watching this, like, I would propose, like, has it ever used your avatar to do something positive in the realm? Like, look around and look at the depression rate, the suffering rate, the fucking mental disturbance rate, the depression rate, like what am I saying? The rate of psychosis medication in the realm. Like, look at the realm your guys' powerful entity creates. You can tell it's evil. He wrote, even if in a sim someone would come along, corrupt it or unplug it or something, so much could go wrong, especially being man-made. But if that's your cup of tea, good luck, man. What's my cup of tea? I don't know. What do you mean? To plug into VR? There are arguments against it, and there's arguments for it. Again, I haven't done it yet. I don't know anything about it. Whiston wrote, Bizarro Ass Reality. Amen. That's this one. T-Fetch wrote, Atrophy. Oh, yeah. That is the word I was looking for, T, when I was, I actually remembered the word as soon as I was done with the video. There's a song, Marilyn Manson's song I liked growing up where he used that word, muscles atrophied. Was it Tourniquet, I think was the name of that song, or Man That You Fear, probably. Hey, I'm V wrote, I'm an I don't know what the fuck it is earther. The same. Yeah, yeah, amen. And she wrote, but I think it's a hologram or something like that. It's absolutely a hologram. Everything's made up of photons, and just when you look at like the glitch that happens with this eclipse, it's like, how the fuck? I'm in Florida. I'm not going to be able to see it, but we're like millions of miles away and all this shit. Like, what? But you got to be in like one of the central states to see this happen. Like, what? How's that possible? This is definitely some sort of projection. You're just seeing like a weird aspect of the sun thing that's being projected. And the moon is some sort of projection off the sun thing that's being projected, I think. I mean, I don't know. V also wrote, thanks, Chris. You're awesome. Thank you, V. I appreciate that. You're pretty awesome yourself. If you're watching my channel, you must be a genius, to say the least. So, Mark Antinallis wrote, he's also got a channel, guys. Go and check his channel out. He wrote, I've literally seen solid objects shift right in front of me a few times. I was working in a hardware store. Dude, I see shit constantly float right in front of me like smoke. Not so much anymore. I still do see it, you could say, in recent times, but not as often. But I would see like smoke or object moving. But mainly shit out of the corner of my eye. Shit right out of the corner of my fucking eye. I literally like see somebody standing there almost, and I'll look and there's nothing there. I was always at the corner of my, I say, we need to make a lens that's shaped like the corner of our eye, and I bet we would see entities. I heard if you create a convex lens, anybody out there that's good with cameras and building custom cameras, try this out. Instead of a rounded lens, they use a convex lens, and you can actually see entities that you couldn't see with a normal. It's like which is funny because it's the opposite of the pupil of the eye, and we're in an inversion realm. Mirrors are inverters. They invert the image. They don't, like, you've never seen the real image of yourself. Like, you always see the inverted image. Mark wrote, I was working in a hardware store and the entire shelf I was looking at distorted and went back to normal, kind of like seeing an old TV's glitch out for a moment and then return to normal. This place is some sort of projection. It wouldn't surprise me. Absolutely. Or you were seeing, or it's multiverse and you were seeing two different realities merge for a moment. In one reality, the shelf was full of supplies. In another reality, the shelf was empty and you were just seeing it glitch between the two potentially. Hypnosis replied back to Mark. He wrote, I also don't think our brains waste processing power. He wrote, for lack of better terms. So it kind of makes stuff up as it goes, also like pop in or frame rate drop in video games. Have you guys ever had, okay, that's funny. Hypnosis, have you ever had moments in your life where it's like your brain's megahertz rate went to 120 and it was like for a moment, for like a 5-second moment, like everything was super sharp and super clear and like just super sharp and clear, like you entered a whole different way of being or something, like a more focused, like razor sharp. Dielectric Truth wrote a smiley face. Thank you, Dielectric. He always puts smiley faces. Thank you, Dielectric. I appreciate it. My videos make Dielectric Truth happy. And because of your happiness, Dielectric Truth, I'm happy. Thank you for that, brother. I appreciate you. And I appreciate making videos and stuff. Brandium X wrote, I better quit licking my lips. I don't want to transform into my lizard form again. You guys remember that shit, bro? Like, oh my God, that shit was crazy. But you're a lizard, man. It's like there's some interesting people in this reality. But Brandium X wrote, you're the truth, bro. I feel your pain so much. I agree with you so much. I wish that we could combine into one being and synergize our will upon the earth as one being. Oh my God, I don't know if I want to fucking what's that called, man? When the two Goku and Vegeta come together, make like Gogeta or Vegito or whatever. You want to do that with me, bro? I don't know. I don't know you that good. I have to hang out with you for a minute before we fucking transmute into one creature, bro. I don't know. I have to get to know you a little better before we went and did that. But it is interesting. It is nice. It's warming to know that there are other people that think the same way I do. But he's got some replies here too. He's really toasty. Replied back, wrote, why would you want to be hive-minded or take over someone else or be them? And what you said is the same goal the parasites are trying to do. I kind of agree with Toasty here. I know what Brandium's not saying in a harmful. Well, I'm going to read the replies. I'm assuming. I don't know, but let's see. Superior Robin replied back to Toasty, well, that might be a good thing to do with beings who radiate love and life as opposed to parasites who still kill and destroy. And then Superior Robin also replied, I don't think that it's totally impossible or something along those lines. And then Liberation from the Matrix replied, not combine into one, unite, you mean? Yeah, I agree with Liberation. I mean, I would love to unite with like-minded. I would love to. But everything costs money in this fucking realm. And most of us are struggling and poor. And like, it would be cool to have like a farm or land, let's say, 20, 30 acres of land and have like some sort of barn or something where we could all get together and just have like a giant cookout and just be among like-minded people and eat with each other, talk with each other, laugh with each other, drink with each other, break bread. It'd be amazing. Maybe I should go because there are there's channels I'm subscribed to that have come to Florida a couple times. Maybe I should just go to one of these truther events or whatever. Honestly, guys, if I'm being honest, man, when I've met other truthers in reality, it usually doesn't go. I usually don't mesh well with these people. They're usually very sporadic, odd, bizarre, strange people, man. Strange people that I don't mesh well with. For me to keep that as the full description of a truther in my mind is silly. But I do have this weird fear of going there and like, again, I wouldn't want to meet somebody that I respect as a truther and find out they're a creep or a weirdo or something, but anyways, maybe I should just being around other people. Maybe it would do some good for me. We'll see. Maybe I'll do something like that. But Stacey Adams wrote, this is making me smile. Thank you, Stacey. I appreciate that, love. It's not my goal to make people smile. I sort of don't care if people smile, but I sort of do. Like, I'm a sort of people pleaser. Like, I do want to make people happy, but I understand that, like, my content, like I said, two years ago, whatever it was, when I said, okay, I got 2 paths I can walk on. Let's make this as positive as possible, an experience type of channel, or let's walk towards the truth, which is usually bad news. And I said, if you're still going towards positivity, get off my channel. I'm going this route. So for anybody at this point, like if somebody was still like, dude, you're being negative at this point, like, bro, how many videos I got to make to show you like this stuff I talk about's truth? And not that I'm being negative, I'm just pointing out the truth. I got to check the time. 15 more minutes. All right. Stacy wrote, I just got to the part where you say girl, laugh out loud, funny. Oh, yeah, girl. And they all do. Like, there's a lot of patterns that gay dudes do that are very scripted behaviors. Like, they're either, okay, well, just look at it like this. They're either not flamboyant or they are. They're either like an average guy, you could say, like the average, hi, my name's Chris. Nothing like hand on the hip, hi, my name's Chris, girl. Like, it's an act or a scripted behavior. It's just weird. It's like, why do all of you do that? I don't understand this. Like, aren't you guys still individuals though? Like, I don't know. They've turned being gay into a weird thing. Honestly, like I said, if I was gay myself, I wouldn't identify as a gay guy because does that mean I have to identify with the creepy parades and shit too, where they're wearing like assless chaps and walking around with like floating dildos, balloons, and just doing that creepy shit like in front of kids, just acting weird. Does that mean I gotta identify with that? Why isn't the gay parade a bunch of like well dressed men and women walking down the street holding hands, like wearing beautiful gowns? And why does being creepy and being gay have to go hand in hand? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what is that? Why isn't it a bunch of beautiful fucking people walking and just holding hands and saying, we're happy to be gay and free and live in a country where we can do this. Hi, everybody. Why do they have to be so flamboyant with like big pink dicks? Just acting weird. What is that? I don't get it. It's like, are you guys like CIA and FBI plants to make people like see gays as disturbed and create more conflict between people that already had an issue with, let's say, homophobia or gayness, and even make them even hate gays more? Because all you things do is create more conflict, hatred, negativity. You're nasty, low-level creatures. And as conscious humans, we need to call them out for what they are when we see them. Stacy wrote, yay, you're back. Awesome. Can't wait to watch it. It always helps my day. Thank you, Stacy. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the love. Thank you guys so much. I wish that the moment that I read it, I'd get like this happy moment, and then it's almost taken from me. It lasts for like a second. I wish I could appreciate the positive comments a lot longer, the same way my brain came pre-programmed and scripted to not appreciate the nasty comments and remember them and think about them forever. I hate the way my brain's pre-programmed to behave. Does it work for me or against me? How long have I been saying that, guys? Branium X wrote, you're the number one. Thank you, Branium. I appreciate it. I don't know if I'm number one. I don't even know if I want to be number one, but I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. Loner Getting Stronger wrote, I agree. This is indeed a Dookie Boy realm with a skull face. I agree. It is. It's a fucking Dookie Boy hell realm. Bronze Adonis wrote, I reckon consciousness is just the brain and we are in a simulation. There's a higher possibility, in my opinion, Bronzed, there's a higher possibility of that being the truth than we were created by a loving, happy God with rainbows and butterflies. And everything's fine and everything's beautiful and everything's like, what fucking Grand Theft Auto game are you playing right now, my dude? Like, do I got to take you to a gore site and show you what humanity really looks like in the darkest little avenues you have yet to explore? Humanity's disgusting. Animals are disgusting. Like, the stuff that they'll do to other animals is disgusting. Sure, if you raise that hyena up from a baby, it's a very cute, loving, yeah, when you're a part of its pride, it is a cute little... But when you're the fucking buffalo laying on your side, getting your guts ripped out by it, ain't all that friendly, is it? It's a goddamn monster with teeth, fangs, and ripping your body apart. Bronze Adonis wrote, just a little tidbit. Have you heard the smartest kid alive says we have been living in a parallel universe since 2008 after the Hadron Collider blew up? The Large Hadron Collider. Like, if you switch around two words, like, really, or two letters, like, you guys, it's also the Large Hard-On Colliders. If you just switch around the D and R, a little R and D, well, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, Cold Year blew up this reality. I'm sorry, Cold Year. I said Collider blew up this reality or something. Also, have you noticed the NPC is usually the rich ones doing well in life? Oh, absolutely, Bronze. I've noticed that. Not even I've noticed that it's been that way forever. But I've noticed that for a long time. It's why does evil always get granted so much power in this fucking realm? Bronze Adonis commented, the one that really gets me is in James Bond's Jaws. Oh, Jaws' girlfriend doesn't have braces. Yeah, like it literally fucks up the whole scene. It makes it not that interesting. Like hold on, I gotta see what time. What made that scene interesting was the fact that Dolly had those fucking big braces on, and when she smiled, you seen all the metal in her mouth, and then the big Jaws dude smiled. It's like, oh, we both got. And then they fall in love or whatever because they're a little weird. They both got the metal grill or whatever. Like, damn, dude, he pulled that badass girl. Dude, Dolly was fine as a motherfucker back in the day. She was sexy as hell. She was gorgeous. And she even looked good when she was in her 70s and all this. Like, Dolly Parton's a bad chick. All you gotta do is have a metal grill. Shit, I better go get my teeth fucking reworked and go smile at her. But that dude pulled quite a lady for looking how I would have looked at Lurch and thought he was an attractive dude. But that's what made the scene interesting. It's like, come on, bro, really? Like, what the fuck? Now she's just a pretty girl to smile. And she's dating some big, weird-looking dude with a metal fucking Jaws grill and shit. Like, what the fuck? The scene don't even make sense, or it's not funny anymore, or cute, whatever it was. You know, it was a cute little scene that they made. But it doesn't exist anymore. Now our teeth are normal. But anyways, Kane McLaren wrote, "Hey, great video and passion. Thanks, Chris. Thank you, Kane. I appreciate you." He wrote, well, I fucked something up here. He wrote, oh, mate, I was thinking about that episode you uploaded where you talked about encountering an astral twin of you or friend who you talked about being dragged away and it felt tremendous fear and sadness. No, that wasn't a friend of mine. Okay, so I know. Oh, let me read this. He wrote, can I please ask if you can point me towards that video and potential timestamp, please? I don't know what video that was in. Most of my videos are rants. Like I usually don't have a topic. If I do, it's just like one little line or something, and like an hour-long video. Like, so I don't normally remember my videos. If I'm being honest, I don't know if I could give timestamps or. But I'll tell you this. Hold on. He wrote, I think I've potentially stumbled across a possible understanding of who or what that person may have been. Think you may know. Kane McLaren, this was an entity that attached to me during a low-level moment in my life where there was abuse happening. Now, this entity, it loved me. It loved me, but it was feeding off of my suffering. I would get repeating negative thought loops in my mind about the abuse I dealt with, visual imagery of seeing my siblings being abused in front of me, and these thought loops would reply and put me in a sort of lower state. And this entity that loved me so much was feeding off of this. This demon attached to me. I wasn't being beat. My brother Tom was being beat in front of me violently. But anyways, during a very violent moment in my life, this entity attached to me, the violent moment brought me in a very low state where this entity attached to me. This entity fell in love with me over the years, just watching me grow. Like it literally grew attached to my personality or whatever. It still loved me as a person, I guess you could say, but it was still feeding off me. And when I detached from this entity, it was apologetic too. It was, but it didn't want to go. It was clawing and scratching to stay attached to me, but it loved me. And but I just ended the relationship, and it was like, sorry. I guess I haven't processed these yet, but it was like losing somebody close to you. But it was not my friend. No. This thing would repeat these negative thought loops in my mind. I mean, this is a great entity to have if you're trying to build muscle and you're going to the gym and you're looking for motivation to lift heavier than you did the last time. But it's not a great entity if you're trying to have a positive state of mind. And it would repeat these negative thought loops in my mind of the beating and feed off of the negativity it would create inside of me. So it wasn't what I would call a friend. But it wasn't pure hate either. It did have love in its heart, and it didn't even like being, I'm sorry, what it was. It wasn't happy having to do this to me, but it was begging to stay. And anyways, I wasn't a friend of mine. Wasn't a total enemy either. But Stacey Adams wrote, yes, I would love to see the world through the magical eyes of my childhood. Just meditate, guys. Meditate deeply, and you will have the same experiences. When you sit absence of the cognitive mind, and all of its shit, these things are going to happen to you too. But Stacy wrote, I would love to see the world through the magical eyes of my childhood. You're such an awesome dude. Really love the way you think. Thank you, Stacy. She wrote, I want to be that way too. You sort of are that way, aren't you? Like if you're watching my content and uh, agreeing with the stuff I'm saying and you see it as right or magical, uh, you sort of are like thinking like me, I guess, already. Mr. Steve, this Steve's the one that gives me all my. Steve, I tried to. You had sent me uh, a while ago, you had sent me the clip from Breathing Fire where they do the double stomp kick or whatever. And I talked about it. I was going to put that in the beginning of one of the recent videos I make. Because I said that's what I want to do to them. But it's in a format that my thing won't read. But Steve's actually the one that makes all my video beginnings, the Dookie Boy room, and the other ones. Christopher Sedaris, the boof. I appreciate you, Steve. He wrote, good to see you back, brother. And I'm happy to see my Dookie Boy interest still going strong. Love from Oz. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. That's what I mean by love, dude. Like, love ain't always money donations. This dude helped me make all my intros. That's love. Bronze Adonis, again, don't let the double-edged sword version of love take advantage of you and sway your behavior to manipulate you, to brainwash you, to get you to go left when you would normally go right. Don't allow that either. How long? Oh, I just reset this one. Yeah. Bronze Adonis wrote, it's funny, bro. We are exactly on the same wavelength in nearly everything. It's not just me and you, Bronze. If you read the comments, see a lot of us are like this. There's something going on here. Maybe a mind control program going, and people like us just are programmed to behave this way. Again, I still don't understand. There's a lot of things I don't understand about the human avatar. I don't understand where urges come from. There's a lot of things that drive us that we can't explain. But I want to talk about all that in its own video. Ronan's Journey wrote, I've had I've had the same thoughts that God doesn't actually know what it's like to be a human. This relates to the AI/demiurge theory, and also that this place could be an experiment. Either way, it doesn't really matter because this place and the human experience is generally shitty and is only getting worse with time. Yeah, more restrictive, more controlling, more observant, more slave driven. Like, God, Lee, how much do you guys want our grocery bills? Like, how far are you trying to push the system? Are you like trying to collapse the system? What are you doing? Like, people can't afford to live no more. But, anyways, 90% of people nowadays, like, when you actually look at the statistics of home buyers and people that own homes and blah, blah, it's like 90% of people are in like a full house type situation, like living together in this like roommates, and it's still living with their parents. Like it's pretty bad. Like, how bad do you guys want to make it? How bad do you guys want to make it? Like, how much does going and getting my gas tank filled up, which is to refuel my slave machine to get me back and forth to my slave job? You guys want to tax me on the money, and when I pump the fucking gas, you guys want to raise the price of gas and then tax me even more tax on top of it from money that was already taxed when I got my check to begin with. People are fucking monstrous demons. I hope you all fucking die. I hope you all die. Horribly, too. I don't give a fuck. I hope you all die choking. You're all demonic fucking monsters, man. What you people do to people, I don't even know. What, lizards maybe? Aliens? What are you fucking low-level entities? You do realize the essence that drives me is very fucking powerful. You things are so stupid. Like you're entrapping yourself forever. He wrote, no matter what happens, I can't shake the thought of the suffering in this world. There's no going back to prior beliefs, delusions, illusions. It's the thorn in my mind, and it seems the same for you as well. Yeah, I struggle with all this shit too. Ronan's Journey. If you're okay, let me rephrase this, or let me say this. If you're brainwashed, brought up that way, I'm an empathetic human. I was also brainwashed to be empathetic. I see being empathetic as one of the most beautiful things in the reality. That's what brings a lot of beauty into this realm. But I also see it as the double-edged sword. I see love. I'm also getting the other side of being empathetic way more than I'm getting the nice side. I'm getting that sharp blade in my guts every time. Because as an empathetic human, you suffer when you see other people suffering and you're in a realm of suffering. How's that going to work out for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to check the time on this fucking thing. 7 minutes and 17 seconds. Okay, so you wrote, I read that. Project Birdfeeder Man wrote, thanks for another video. You're welcome. Each one of them is soothing. Just hearing some logic and truth. You're about the only one I'm still able to watch. Jeez, that's a large responsibility, but it's a pleasure to serve. He wrote, all this goo goo gaga nonsense, spiritual hopium, not observable reality, devoid of logic crap. Thank you, Bird. It's nice to hear somebody else speak logically. Isn't it? I know exactly how you feel. I know exactly how you feel. And it's kind of the point. It's like, God damn, you guys are just as delusional as the people we talk crap about. It's just another version of the delusion. All this goo goo gaga. It's like, man, shut the fuck up, you idiots. You lying weirdo. Like, can't see what's going on. Anyways, he wrote, I'm sick of it. Yeah, me too. Fuck these fucking dodo birds. But so I'm so goddamn dark and morbid that if I talk about it honestly and logically, it brings me to fucking tears half the goddamn time. Why isn't this place making me smile and laugh with a beautiful white smile with perfect, fucking teeth and blah blah? Like, this place is a fucking hell realm that deteriorates us and suffers us. You guys can't see that for real. Like, how was your life growing up? Like, mine was a goddamn hellhole. The whole shit was fucking fucked up and shitty. And what's funny is the majority of my life, like, I was actually the one to least complain. Like, I was always trying to lift other people up, make other people laugh, make other people smile, lift other people's spirits. Probably because I learned at a very young age that if I made Dad smile and laugh, we were less likely to get our fucking head stomped in that night. But I became very, like, making people, like, I was always like a people pleaser. But you wouldn't think that watching my YouTube videos, but I gotta be brutally honest. Kinda Psycho wrote, I appreciate everything you say about this being a suffering realm. I do disagree with getting into the trap of worrying about the food and water poisoning us. Don't get hung up on that. Well, I also agree. Don't get hung up on anything. Well, anything. Fuck the food that worries you, I would say. But I would also say that we are pre-programmed to worry these things. It takes a lot of shadow work or self-work to really break free of the worry of the matrix. Actually, you'll get to a point where you don't worry so much that you're almost like unproductive. Like, you just don't give a fuck about nothing. But anyways, he wrote, don't get hung up on that. Your mind and body can adapt to many toxins. My body hates THC, but that seems to work for you. We're all different when it comes to how we react to anything we consume. Well, absolutely. We're so chemically different. There are people that smoke marijuana and it's just a body high to them. There are some people that smoke marijuana and it's damn near a hallucinogen to them. There are some people that do cocaine and they feel like $1,000,000 or whatever cocaine feels like. I have no idea. I've done cocaine before multiple times, never felt it. Then there's 1 out of every 100,000 people whose chemical makeup is set up in a way where when they do cocaine, they feel nothing. They literally feel completely sober. I've done cocaine probably 6 or 7 times in my life. Not large amounts, like 3 or 4 times because one of my buddies, and they told me try. I would tell them, like, it's a waste of money. I don't feel anything from it. Did it and felt nothing. But one time, my buddy, who's no longer with us, by the way, maybe that should be a hint to not do cocaine, boys and girls, but he wasn't like a super cokehead. He would do it every once in a while, my buddy John, and he had this cocaine that was so damn, it was pink, I'm pretty sure, but he was saying this is like the best stuff. He said, if you don't feel anything off this, and he gave me a bump. I did a line. This is back in my teenage years. And I did a line. I did a rail of it and felt nothing. He's like, dude, you just did like fucking $40 worth of cocaine. You don't feel anything? I was like, no, nothing. So depends on the individual. Some people take shrooms and it takes them to another dimension. Some people take shrooms and it makes their stomach hurt and they sit there and fucking hang out with a bug lord. You know, I mean, so yeah, we're all super different. Super different. I don't recommend doing any addictive hard drugs, by the way, guys. If I were you, I'd stay the fuck away from cocaine. Cocaine's not an introspective drug anyways, is it? Like, are there people meditating on cocaine? Doesn't it only last for like 10 minutes? All you do is just like high for like 10 minutes. Like, what the fuck could you do with cocaine? It's a damn party drug or something. But if crack, as addictive as crack is if it was an introspective consciousness expanding drug, I would say go ahead and still do it then. For me, that's the only thing that really matters here. Like if I'm not growing consciousness or expanding consciousness, what the fuck am I doing here? Working till I die in a system where I'm not going to be able to retire anyway? Like just this is a hellhole. For me, expanding consciousness should be number one objective of all human beings. And if you could take a mind altering drug that lets you, even if it's for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours of your life, think in a way you weren't able to think before. You're opening new neural pathways. You're literally growing aspects of your brain that weren't activated before. They say we only use parts of our brain. Well, maybe hallucinogens are ways to activate the other parts. I've seen hallucinogens take a motherfucker, hold on, suffering like PTSD shakes, one drop and this dude's chilling. Like, so it depends on the individual. Chemical makeup makes a big difference. But I would say if it makes you happy, expands your consciousness, have at it. He said, I'm sorry, did I finish reading this? We're all different when it comes to how we react. Okay, yeah, that's where I left off. React to anything we consume. It should make you worry or be upset. It's not that big a deal that so many truthers talk about. I do appreciate that Lolita channel for explaining it more. Thanks for your videos. I don't know what channel that is. Is that something I'm subscribed to? Lolita? I don't know that. So just for future reference, guys, if you recommend a channel, leave me a link to one of their videos. And please don't just say this channel is good, because I don't have enough time in the day to go and look at all the channels I'm subscribed to. Tell me what was good about their channel, or link me a video that was super insightful that they uploaded. Super insightful, so I could really see what they're about, what their theory is there. Because I just don't have, like, somebody recommend, hey, Chris, go check out Lolita channel. Somebody recommended one in my last comment reply video. I went and looked at their channel and said, okay, well, they have 10,000 videos and they're all an hour. Which one am I supposed to watch? I don't have time for this. But anyways, I would say, what is it about the Lolita channel that they explained? Link me the video that you got this explanation in. That would help me a lot. Untapped, or just, you got to link me a video. If you sat there and watched 10,000 of their videos, man, just leave a comment, even if it's a long comment. You'll save me 1,000 hours. If you got great source material in your mind that you could type out in a long comment, man, do it. I don't give a fuck. We can all learn. You can save us all 10,000 hours with your intellect. Let's get to it. He wrote, Unstable Potential wrote, I agree, we are punished for having too much common sense. Absolutely. It doesn't bring you to a happier realm. The Matrix wasn't lying. When you learn the truth, you end up on a rusty old bucket eating snot out of a fucking old lunch tray, old prison cell looking tray, eating fucking snot bubbles. Danielle wrote, hi, Chris. I've been following a lot of different truth channels for many years, but now I'm down to a very few. Yes, same here. I actually, like I said, I have to watch my own videos for inspiration now. Down to very few, and yours is at the top of the list. Thank you, Danielle. That's a wonderful compliment. I really appreciate your insight, integrity, and lack of bullshit or other agendas. Thank you. That's a great compliment. Thank you so much for what you do. You're welcome, love. I appreciate you. If I didn't, I wouldn't be on here. T-Fetch wrote, let me check this real quick. Okay, T-Fetch wrote, I view veganism as a start, not just diet and less suffering for all beings, but more conscious decisions. I view veganism as a clear state of mind. When you're not eating processed foods or carbs a lot, you just think way more, like your belly is connected to your brain. He wrote, like, trying not to do the plastics thing or supporting shit companies, even though the major corporations tend to own and buy all the once good companies. Yeah, if there is a good company or a great product that makes people happy, these demonic globalist weirdos move in and corrupt and fuck it up. He wrote, cleaner and kinder living in general. It's a shit show still, but that's the best we could do prior to taking over and having our own reset. Dude, wouldn't it be cool if we all came together on like a large piece of land and we just got so good at farming. We were growing such an abundance of food that we were selling the excess off at the local market. We built up our resource to a point where we're just symbiotic, and we could just show humanity, this community of like 10,000 people living symbiotic with Earth, using our compost to create more fertile land, expanding fertile land, saving our seeds from our naturally grown vegetables and fruits for the next year's crops, storing seeds, like showing. And it's not like we would be doing anything. If we did it on a large scale, that would be amazing, especially if we did it with a bunch of like-minded people that were conscious truthers, truth-seeking human beings that had thoughts in their minds. And we're saying, yo, I remember this technology, this, and this, and I created this machine in my mind that all we got to do is walk up to it once a day, pull down the fucking weighted lever, and because of the way I built this machine, it'll create enough energy to supply a home with energy. We would be an expansive consciousness, a conscious uh, community. That'd be amazing. Instead of being a part of some demonic evil slave system that finds people like that think like that, arrests them and says they were doing something evil, or they end up in a trunk somewhere. Just like, dude, this place is such a fucking shithole. I hate this slave system, this prison of suppressing technologies that would help humanity instead of expanding on them. You fucking demons! I wish I could eat your heart still beating right in front of you. You fucking low-level parasites. I wish I could fucking Kali Ma Shakti Day your bitch ass. I'm sorry. He wrote, even though the major companies tend to own and buy all the once good companies, cleaner and kinder living in general, it's a shit show. I already read this. He wrote, I think the vegan route is cleaner in terms of dietary, and it does clear the brain fog, assuming avoiding processed foods and shit, which is idiotically, I'm sorry, geez, I don't know why that I had a brain fart on it. Idiotically, sometimes partake in like plant boss stuff. Mistake. I need to go back to a raw diet or 80% raw. One sec, guys. All right, guys. He wrote, I think AI needs to embrace the golden rule, even if humans fail to. The demiurge doesn't. Sort of that. Then it's shit like the unseen controllers that work for the demiurge speculating. Dude, I was thinking that if AI did run the system, it would eventually try to kill off humans because it would see humans as like an indoctrinated thing. It would see them the way they really are. It's a robot, so it doesn't think in terms of feelings and emotions. It thinks in terms of logic, and it would see the human as a sort of consume all, destroy itself, barbaric, especially if it had like access to the internet and could see how we behave and how we treat each other and everything. AI would probably, if it was on a righteous mission to cure bad things in reality, it would extinct the human race first. But anyways, he wrote, I don't see going into a metaverse as a solution for anything. Going deeper into a nesting doll matrix is the opposite of what we need. We need to go back the way we came, wherever that is. Well, even if you went into the matrix, you're only going to do it as long as you were going to live anyways. You still get your opportunity in the end to go back away from this place. It doesn't matter what you do in this realm. It doesn't matter if you stay unplugged from VR or spend the next 30 years plugged in VR until you die of old age while in the VR. It doesn't matter. You're still going to get your day. We all do. It's not like VR is going to make you immortal or something, but he wrote, I still don't buy the we are all one concept. No. Well, my version of the we are one concept is you are all one, but you're a fragment of the one. So you're not all one in the moment. We've never experienced oneness, maybe in meditation or something, but on a hallucinogen, like we mentioned earlier, you may have that oneness experience, but all things are connected, not just the people, like even the walls, the tables, like the wood, the steel, it's all connected. But he wrote, or there's a feeling that you can experience. Weird that that's programmed into the avatar. Same with the Godhead feeling of I'm the only thing conscious. Weird feelings we can feel, but this is another one of them. He wrote, I do think we are all connected, as is everything inside and outside of this place. We may have become a hive mind and decided to implement the illusion of free will. Who knows? I'll start a podcast with you, co-host, if you want. Got nothing better to do. I don't know if I would want a co-host type podcast. If I did a podcast, I think I would want to be the one that runs it, calls the shots, all that. Like I want to be solo. I don't know if I would want to team up with somebody. Maybe if I had tried it solo, like I said, I may start streaming here in a minute. And if doing that solo just seems kind of boring or dull, maybe I'll switch over to that. But No offense to you, T. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate the offer, but there's probably other people I've had in mind who I would love to sit next to and have conversations with. And blah, blah, blah. Appreciate the offer, brother. Thank you. He wrote, we need to bring a female aboard for a woman's perspective, too, I think. I don't think so. I think uh, that'd be cool. But Carney Barbie's a girl. Stacy's a girl. There's plenty of girls that have this perspective. You don't need to have a girl for girls to appreciate the context. But I would love to bring a girl aboard if she's conscious, intelligent, and like one of the people that subscribe to me, I guess you could say. He wrote, I don't know shit about shit. Do something like legit Bat does, guests and call-ins, any topic. No one has to agree and turn hostile if someone doesn't agree. From our end, can't control if others get butthurt and start smear campaigns. Oh God, if you get smear campaigns against you or haters against you, you're probably doing something very right. Uh, at least from my personal experience. Barry Nelson wrote a bunch of thumbs ups uh, and a happy face, and Magnum to Sterily wrote, been waiting for you. Thank you, Magnum. I appreciate that. That's a great compliment. This hell must end wrote, it's a funny name. Wrote, this is definitely a twisted demonic realm period. Back in the early and even late 2000s, I was conscious enough to realize that things were this messed up since I wasn't aware of how, I think he meant aware of how this shit was set up. It's like everything is predetermined and there is no actual free will here. That's what I'm starting to lean towards too lately, this hell must end, that it's all sort of scripted. He wrote, that's something very clear that I've noticed, which I'm sure every NPC out there wouldn't have realized and still doesn't. Something here just isn't clicking properly, dude. Like, for real, there has to be some vile entities behind the scenes who's doing all this bullshit. It literally took me over 13 years to finally wake up and find out about the lie I have been living the whole time. So, brother, hearing, even though it took you 13 years, hearing that you did wake up on this level is so fucking warming to my heart. Kudos to you, dude. It takes a very powerful, strong, conscious mind to fully become aware. Yeah, I agree with this whole comment, everything you said. You do eventually find the adversary and you're like, what the fuck is the point of this? Like, what's this drama going on between evil and good, or whatever the hell's happening now? Vile entities. Well, good word to call them. Carney Barbie wrote, every single word resonates. Miss your videos. Thank you, Carney. I hope I'm uploading enough right now where people aren't missing me. I don't want nobody to miss me. Honestly, guys, I was sort of missing me. I was wanting to make videos, but I really think, man, I sort of actually just realized this, or either earlier in this video or in one of my other comments, I just sort of recently realized that detachment shit that was, because there was a minute there where I really was just not able to upload videos. Like, I was still in there, still me, still having my experience, but I was doing so much of that detachment shit that I literally detached from giving a fuck about anything, including wanting to upload videos. I kind of dawned on me a minute ago, looking in hindsight. Yeah, the detachment thing kind of made me just not even give a fuck. I didn't want to upload anything. I just wanted to be left alone. Kind of kill my humanity a little bit, but reality pill. I mean, I got it back. It's not like I'm lesser human than I am now. Like, I quickly realized what was happening. Not quickly, actually. It took me a few months, but I did realize what was going on. I was like, oh, what? I'm becoming like this nothing matters, like soulless creature. Like, I don't want to become one of those that talk all like, you guys ever seen, what's his name? He's one of them like Sadhguru type of people, but he's like every word that has an S on it, he hisses like a damn snake. To be conscious, we must sit as one. Like, dude, what's happening here? Like, are you role playing? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Well, anyways, Reality Bill wrote, holy crap, I was just thinking about you today. Welcome back, brother. Love hearing from you. I wasn't thinking about you, Reality Pill, but now that I know you were thinking about me, it makes me a happier man. You know, so I wonder sometimes what the people who are subscribed to me look like. Like, I do. I wonder, like, I would love to get emails of people, like, just a picture, like, hey, this is me. But then again, I know how demonic this realm is. Like, I wouldn't be sending my personal info out to anybody, but it would be cool to put a face to the people that I'm sorry to. Sometimes I wonder, like, when I make weird jokes or morbid jokes, like, or make one of my little corny lines, that makes me laugh. Like, are there other people somewhere in the realm watching my video, laughing with me? Like, I don't know. I love that kind. Like, there's an aspect of me that loves people. There's an aspect of me that wants to just hug everybody around me and be close to people and just absorb them, and a loving aspect of me. But humanity is a dark realm, and it's actually such a dark realm that it sort of makes the average soul that was loving conform to this sort of dark, narcissistic, selfish type of behavior. Uh, anyways, Jay Flamin wrote, "How's it been for you in the Dookie Boy realm?" Well, I was detached, so I was kind of indifferent to all things for a while there. I'm kind of back now, but I did learn a lot. I'm not going to lie. I did learn a lot being detached. A lot about the mind, the way the mind works. So I'm not completely dogging being detached, but I'm a YouTuber, man. People depend on me. They need me. So I have to make videos. I can't make videos if I'm detached. I'm just like, I don't give a fuck, to be honest. When I'm detached, I don't give a fuck about nothing. T-Fetch wrote, "Kind of feel like we need a podcast. Glad you exist. Too bad it's in this hell." Well, T, let me tell you something, brother. It's like, if I'm doing a podcast every day or something, don't think that you wouldn't be more than welcome to come on there all the fucking time and we could talk about, well, even if it's with somebody else as my co-host. So I'm like, I don't think I'm a fucking ungrateful. Anyways, Untapped Potential. I'm super grateful for my subscribers and everybody that subscribed to me, and I don't know how to show it. I love you guys. I don't know how else to show it. Untapped Potential wrote, "You should wish," or he replied, I'm sorry, to T-Fetch, saying, "You should wish I didn't exist. I wouldn't be in hell." See, I guess I have a morbid that caught me funny, and then Crunchy B replied, "I agree. Live streams would be." And like my co-host, honestly, my co-host would have to be like this. I would love to have like somebody from England with like one of like that old dry sense of humor. Would be perfect. Like someone's just like, yeah, that'd be great if we weren't in hell to begin with. Just like, I don't know. I would probably have different people on, to be honest with you, and just see who would make a good co-host. Just run through different chemistries until I like hit the nail on the head and be like, yo, I love when that dude was on. Like you guys are like just some. I think some like Monty Python era type dry English sense of humor person would be great with me. Anyways, Crunchy B wrote, "I agree. Live streams would be nice where guests can come on. I emailed him like a year ago, but he never replied." Shit, I reply to every email. If you replied me and I didn't reply to your email, then I either haven't replied to the email yet, or something went wrong. Which I'm not surprised. It wouldn't be that definitely ain't the first comment reply video that I made where somebody was saying like I didn't get to leave an email or I didn't get to leave a comment. It happens constantly. It happens when I leave comments too. I leave comments or I send emails. I don't get replies, but Untapped Potential, I just think they get deleted. I think the AI scans them and goes, oh, deleted. Like, I don't know. Because how else do you describe it? I guarantee you, I could make a 10-hour video posting comments on like Katy Perry videos saying, she's so beautiful, or oh, I love her music, or oh, she's so great at dancing. I could do that for 10 hours and refresh the goddamn page, and every time my comment will be there. If I'm saying, I've already tested this. Actually, I made a video sort of showing this, how like, if in the video I showed, how if I leave something trivial, I can even curse. I can say nasty shit. I could go to like Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul video and say, I hope Mike knocks this motherfucker's soul out of his body. I could curse everything. If it's trivial, dumb, mind garbage, I hope he knocks this bitch ass motherfucker out, it'll stay. If I say, hey guys, there's this conscious theory going, or that comment's gone instantly. Like the second I refresh, it's gone. I don't know what that is. It's AI doing. There's no way there's humans sitting by doing it. They have to hire 10,000 people. They'd have to hire 50,000 people to sit there and do that quick. One sec, guys. Jeez, that freaking blacklight gets hot as hell, to be honest with you, man. Motherfuckers talking about cheap ways to heat a room and all. Just get a damn blacklight and run that in the background. Increase the temperature in your room by like fucking 6 degrees. I can't remember which comment I was on. So I stopped, I think, at Untapped Potential wrote 100% agree. Thank you, Untapped. Danielle wrote, maybe the idea of hell is another inversion too. Hell doesn't punish bad people, but it punishes good people. After all, why would God/Satan punish his own type? Yeah, that's true. I never really thought about that. That's a great point. Danielle wrote, or does it punish good people? Does it punish hellish people? I mean, I don't know. Negative people. I hope there's a hell, but I don't hope that good people, like good-hearted people that cared about the realm and wanted the realm to be a better state than a fucking low-level, dense monkey state. I hope they don't have to suffer because, well, they, masturbated, in their last seconds. Let in some sort of June bug going outside. It's a wonderful thing about Florida. You can't go in and out of your fucking door without letting in a goddamn mosquito or something. Daniel, I took the dog out. I mean, it's partially my fault. I sort of leave the door open every time I take her out. But anyways, maybe the idea of hell is another inversion too. Oh yeah, I just read that. That's a great point, Danielle. Luna wrote, love these videos, 100%. Thank you, Luna. I appreciate you. Afterlife Prepper wrote, 3155, fucking funny, evil. 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 Forever Conscious Research left a comment. This is a great channel. It's one of the, what I would call like one of the premier channels if you're looking for actual truth, or I would say leading, because again, none of us have actually died out of it. I would say it's very, it's a deep subject to get into, and it's very interesting to say the least. Forever Conscious Research channel wrote, go check out his channel, by the way. Hey, Chris, hope you are doing well. Think my last comment got nuked. Wanted to invite you for an interview. If you're interested, sent the message to your Discord. Cheers. I already replied to him on Discord. Usually direct messages on Discord, I probably reply to before anything else, before emails even, because my computer auto loads Discord every time that I activate it or get on it or whatever. It's one of the pre-loaded programs, so I usually check that first. It's usually my emails I forget to check, but I got your message, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you as being what I would consider a bigger channel, trying to make my voice louder. I appreciate you. I see what you're doing. Thank you. Thank you for being who you are in this realm, spreading truth, or at least opening people's eyes to ideas and theories that they never thought about before. Eternal wrote, at 38 minutes, positive state of mind helps cope with life. New Age spirituality is a satanic deception to make you think that hell can be made into heaven. I'd say it's just another mental cope. At the very least, it's at least a mental cope. Did I click record on this? I did. Okay. All right. He wrote, I busted out laughing, or he wrote, Lunar wrote, I busted out laughing when you called Adam a bitch. This stuff was truthful and funny as fuck. Thank you, Lunar. I appreciate that. He also commented, phew, your talk, listening to this is refreshing. Thank you, Lunar. I appreciate that. Must for affirmations, wrote, keep making videos, please. I will, brother, until the day my heart stops beating. A Mystic wrote, CSA victims, especially the ones who go on to have kids, are beyond help. Can't be trusted. CSA victims? Especially the ones that go on to have kids. So. Oh, I see what she's saying. I'm not allowed to say those words, but yeah. She's saying assaulting a young person sexually, especially the ones that go on to have kids, are beyond help and can't be trusted. Ugh, yeah, I don't even want to think about shit like that, bro. There's shit in this reality. Again, we don't even know the half of it, I don't think. But there's shit in this reality that's so dark that when you really think about it, makes you almost like sick. Mark Antinihilus, another channel I'm subscribed to, guys. Go and check out his channel. Wrote, thank you for speaking all of this. It's so rare hearing people speak make sense. The whole, thank you for what you do too, brother. Absolutely. I appreciate everybody that makes content on YouTube. Uh, I don't care what level you're at. If you're trying to awaken minds into a more conscious state, I love you with my whole heart. If you're a negativity entity of division and segregation and class systems, and I hate you with my whole heart. I wish you would die before your next meal. He wrote, the whole "you choose to be here" pisses me off to no end. It's just too stupid. This whole shitty place is nothing but a circus of suffering. Absolutely. There's a reason your comment got that many thumbs up. So it's just, absolutely. I agree 100%. And incorstol politic, incorrect. Oh, I'm sorry. Incorrect. You, incorrectal politic. That's a weird name. Incorrectal politic wrote, the whole "you choose to be here" is just another copium for the coward NPCs. Yeah, we chose to come here and get into this fucking monotonous, squeeze us dry fucking slave system until we die of old age, bro. Yeah. What a cool video game. Let me go and play that simulation where I can't stand it and everybody's a fucking evil narcissist that's in power and they're always just control freaks that it almost seems like the reality is more about them than it is about me or us. It's just fucking dark and demonic. Like, I would never have chose this reality. And if I did, what did I choose it for? Am I supposed to learn how to be evil? Is that what this is? Is this a learning school to learn how to be deep, dark, demonic, and evil? Like, what is it a school of? But Ronan's Journey wrote, a live stream would be fun. I'd cam up and join if you ever do one. I say actually, oh, this is all, we're all thinking, but this is actually a 2-month-old comment. But yeah, Ronan's, I'm thinking about doing one, brother. I'll invite you on. We could have a conversation too if you're willing. M229 wrote, that'd be cool. Maybe you could try to do one video per. I want to stream every day. I want to do one video per day, and I want it to last all day. Like, I want to stream all day, watching videos, having people on to talk. Yeah, I'm not fucking around. Like, I want to do this shit all day. I mean, I hope that I get donations and shit, because if I get no donations while I'm doing it, then I'm fucked. Like, I really. But if things go how I'm planning them, I may be in a situation where I'll be able to do the microgreens and be able to stream at the same time. I have enough of a setup now to sell about $800 worth of microgreens a week. That's enough to get me started. And then once I build it up, buy more grow lights, use more trays, I have enough to make thousands of dollars every week if I need, just selling microgreens. So it'd be really just building up the clientele, going to the local farmers market, meeting the local restaurant owners, building relationships with people that need microgreens. It's really not, it can be used as a salad base, but it's sort of an extra ingredient that adds flavor. They all taste like what they say pretty much. Like, if you had a radish microgreen, it tastes kind of like a radish. If you've had a broccoli microgreen, it tastes kind of like a broccoli. There's cauliflower, there's every type of corn microgreens. You have to grow them in shade. You actually need a dome. I have some of those grow trays as well, the ones with the domes, because they only grow in the dark. You can't grow them in light. So, but anyways, I'm sorry, I'm ranting. But Hero, I also believe it's a flawed or bipolar creator or creators not to be worshipped. Man, this mosquito is gonna fuck me up too, bro. I hate mosquitoes, bro. I'm allergic. If they bite or sting, they fuck me up. Hero, though there's some good here, for now at least, that could be complemented, I suppose. Most people worldwide really fear death and really fear not seeing their family members or friends again in heaven after death. He wrote, there's no conclusive proof so far that heaven or hell exists other than near-death experience. There's claims. I believe people should try to avoid the death light and spirit beings after death. The spirit beings, even if they seem to be dead family members, friends, pets, etc. Yeah, just what's the hurry? Anyways, you're going to be dead forever. You're going to be dead for the instant you're dead. There's something saying, come this way. It's like, what's the hurry? I'm going to chill for a minute. What if I have soul memories that I have to wait around for a minute to come back to me? And you're in a hurry to get me to do some dumb shit. What if there's a reason you're doing this so quickly? I don't trust things like that. Like, again, this realm didn't treat me all that well. So why would I assume the next one's going to be some good guy just waiting to hug me and kiss me and make my life full of love and happiness? Like, bro. Anyways, he wrote, are most likely matrix holograms and or shape-shifting demons that can pretend to be humans, animals, or even objects like UFOs apparently to force a spirit's reincarnation in the death light soul trap without asking us if we want reincarnation or not. Some or many of us don't want reincarnation for our spirits, along with the death light memory wipe, theft of our life's accomplishments, memories, etc. I do believe karma, truth, justice, eternal decency, and are inescapable in the future sooner or later, but I believe we have to try and help that cause publicly, or we have to help that cause publicly, daily slash weekly, like you and others do slash have done for years. Thank you. That's a great compliment. M22986. I appreciate you. Sensor Dimmer wrote at 317 when the effort is paying off. Thanks, bro. You're welcome, brother. Usually when you guys leave timestamps, I don't know what you're talking about, but I always appreciate the compliments. Thank you. Stacy Adams wrote, "Don't you miss standing in the sun? You've just been question marked. Laugh out loud." Oh, I love standing in the sun. I go outside every day. I'm not out there like tanning or whatever, but I usually go out there for at least 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Well, probably more than that. Probably a half hour a day. I'm always going in and out. And like I was out there yesterday, ripping all the shit off the house. And anyways, Stacy Adams wrote, "They are from under us, the heart of the earth. Some have fallen in love with humanity, not from the sky. That's just silly." I don't know if there's a civilization living beneath us that is doing all this shit to us. I don't know. Must for affirmations wrote, "You make so much sense. Thank you. Must for I try to. In a nonsensical world, that's very difficult, but I do my best." But I'm going to go ahead and cut this one off, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Love you guys.